Welcome, our freaks and geeks, to another podcast from the Square Roundtable Podcast. And I'm your host, Dimitri, and this is my other host.
Marcus, man. What's going on,
Hey,
y'all?
what's going on? So, thank
Only
you.
the real ones know that nickname.
Hey, shout out to the real ones. But thanks to everybody for showing so much love on the last podcast. I was very impressed with
Yes.
how many people tuned in for our Spider-Man
One.
debate.
We won
Yeah,
away.
we won from 500, guys.
What that one? We looking for you.
Hopefully you're out there right now. Hopefully you're listening to this. Hope you're vibing with us and you enjoy the show. So let's get into this. I think today we're doing the Dragon Ball Z podcast. We're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Z and what it meant to us as a whole. Growing up with Dragon Ball Z, from the video games, the anime, manga, the what do they call it, the bridge series,
Bro, those are
uh
crazy.
what is that, the Dragon Ball Z AF or something like that, where we're saying fives and sixes and sevens and eights and tens and hundreds and stuff, all the way back all the way forward to now. We have so much anime that's inspired by Dragon Ball Z, your One Pieces, your Naruto's, your Bleaches of the world, even the new gen stuff. Without Dragon Ball Z, we wouldn't have a lot of the anime that we've grown to love outside of Dragon Ball Z. Today we're gonna show our thanks for that and appreciation for that. So, Marcus, what was your first experience with Dragon Ball Z? When did you first experience the show?
So, I'm gonna do like those sitcoms. It was back in '97, but nah, real talk. I was probably the first time I remember seeing it like physically was in a Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
It was back. It was like '99 or something. It was right before I started coming on Toonami, and they used to have a section in Blockbuster for anime, but we didn't know what that was. It was like Gundam Wing, Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, all the stuff like Akira, and the VHS used to be on that one. It was literally one wall with all of that, and I think the first thing I ever rented was History of Trunks and Father of Bardock, because it came on in one VHS, because it was two separate little like mini movies. Yeah. So that was like the earliest I seen, but of course my introduction to it was Toonami, and that afternoon block of like anime and cartoons they had rushing from school. I know here it was 6 o'clock, so I think there for you it was like what 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3 or 4, like something like that.
Yeah, so basically right when you was getting out of school, basically. Yeah, so we had to rush home, try to catch that episode. We ain't had streaming, so if you missed it, you couldn't talk about it at school the next day, and you felt like the exiled kid in the whole class. But yeah, for me, that's probably like my earliest experience that I can remember. But definitely, it's crazy how I can just remember seeing them at Blockbuster, which is now a nostalgic term to use.
Exactly.
Never thought I'd be on a podcast talking about, oh yeah, I remember when I was at Blockbuster. They had this. And kids be commenting, what's a Blockbuster? Netflix. That's all it was.
Right.
The thing that Netflix put out of business.
Now you got Unk status, bro. Don't worry. Now you Unk status.
Man, it's okay, bro. They already been calling me Unk, bro. I've accepted it at this point. But what about you, bro?
I'd say my early experience was definitely, I didn't see it in Blockbuster, but I definitely saw it on Toonami, like when it came on in the afternoon block. And this is back when I was elementary school, when I was in Christian school. I went to a Christian school at the time. Yeah, and my house stayed like, go ahead.
So let me ask you this. Did they have a whole thing where you couldn't talk about Dragon Ball Z, no anime, Pokemon? You couldn't draw it. I went to a 7-day Adventist school, middle school. Like my elementary school, they was pretty cool about it. They used to let us draw in class and stuff like that. When I got to that school, dude, they was so strict on like the whole drawing anime thing. We used to actually get detention for drawing in class.
No, we had, what it was is like, actually I'll come back to that because I wanted to finish what I was saying. And then I'd rush home because I was like maybe 5 minutes away from like the school. Like I stayed like a block up. So I always taught it, but going back to the Christian school thing, now we would just talk about it at recess. Like their recess was like so big, there was so much area space that we'd have little huddles up outside. So like we wouldn't talk about it in class, but we'd be talking about it outside. We'd talk about all the shows, Pokemon and all those things out there. And so which one are our favorite characters? Nobody would draw it though at this school. No one was drawing it. I didn't meet someone who drew Dragon Ball Z until middle school. So I was like in middle school. And it was a kid who used to draw in like a notebook, and he was trying to make. He was one of those guys that made like Super Saiyan 50 or whatever, and all the hair and stuff.
I think the furthest I used to get was Super Saiyan 4 when I found out about that, because it used to be it's crazy because it used to be a Dragon Ball Z magazine. They used to come out, and I used to buy it from, once again, Blockbuster all the time. That's how I found out about GT, because they had like a section in it talking about GT, and then they had a section in the book too where they talked about like toys that was out, and I was like, I saw Goku, I was like, Goku got a tail and red fur, and then he's like, this is Super Saiyan form, and I was like, oh, it's one past 3. Back then, like we had Google, but it wasn't like it is now, so you couldn't really go do a deep dive and figure out what a Super Saiyan 4 was and go on YouTube and watch videos. Like we ain't had the luxuries that these kids got now. I know I'm probably really sounding like Unc right now, but I'm just telling the truth.
You know? Back in my day, kids, we didn't have all this spinning Google and Netflix and streaming service, man. If you missed it, you missed it. We're definitely two older individuals.
Man, what?
Tomorrow I'll be 1 year older.
That's right, bro. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, everybody out there tomorrow, y'all wish my boy a happy Earth Day. Another trip around the sun.
Yep, another 365, man. I'm getting old, man.
Yes.
But yeah. Oh, I got a question to ask you. Which of the series is your favorite of them? Whether it's Dragon Ball Z or whether it's Dragon Ball Z, GT, or Super now. And I'll even put Daima in there because that's the new one. What's your favorite, and what's your least favorite? And what's your least favorite?
My least favorite is, it used to be GT.
Really?
But as I got older, that's probably gonna be Super for me. Only because Super done tried to go back and change stuff that we have been used to for like almost 30 years. So I do like some of the forms and stuff they end up having, but now it seems like everybody got a form, some new power they unlock, like Piccolo turning orange and shit. Cell like red or something?
Yeah, Cell Max.
Frieza black now, but still calling the Saiyans monkeys and stuff. I guess for me, it's one of those things where I just didn't get into it, honestly, because it has its good moments. Like the stuff y'all be showing me, it's dope. They finally want to give my boy like his story arc he should have got like after 20 years Gohan. So I was like, oh y'all, it's too late now. I don't care anymore. But that's probably my least. And it's only, and I'm not saying it as my least is like it's not good. It's just that's not the one. I didn't get invested into that one as much. But my favorite, people always think I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Z.
I know what you're gonna say.
My favorite is Dragon Ball because the storytelling in that season is just great. Like you really get to see the hero's journey from Joseph Campbell with Goku, and that's what like Akira like drew a lot of his stuff from, and then the whole story of the Monkey King and stuff. But you really got to see Goku grow through each progression in his life. Him going up against the Red Ribbon Army, training with Master Roshi, fighting in the tournaments, and then we got to see him come back as a young adult. He fights Piccolo. Matter of fact, he beat King Piccolo, then he beat Piccolo Jr. Then it kind of transitions into Z. But it's just cool to see like a character's progression. Like a lot of times, especially in animes, you start off as a teenager and it goes from there. But with Goku, you see him like from a kid all the way to a grown man. So it's cool that even just in that series, you get to see the kid, preteen, and like young adult. So I always thought that was a good, and it has some great characters. Like in that series, Yamcha And Tien and
Yeah.
them, they ain't no hoe, bro. They like hold their own, bro. I'm talking about they throwing hands. Like they ain't just there to get killed off or something. They was dope. Master Roshi was cool as Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
What else was introduced? I think Emperor Pilaf.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see him and Bulma's friendship. You
Yep.
know that whole thing. What else? It's one more thing I'm missing. Oh, him, of course, him and Krillin. The
Mm-hmm.
whole and Krillin
Day
used to throw
one.
hands too. Krillin was, hey, for y'all out there who don't like Dragon Ball, Krillin used to own Goku at one point. Like he
Oh
used to
yeah,
get
Krillin used
him
to
to
put
get
some
him to
hands
work.
on her. Yeah, he
So,
did at one point in time. Before
mm-hmm.
he got all these new forms, Krillin used to put him in his
Exactly.
place.
So y'all stop disrespecting the humans in Dragon Ball Z, because if y'all fought them, y'all had no chance at all.
Put everybody down.
Man, what? So what about you, D? What's your
Ooh.
least and what is your favorite? I know it'd be hard for you sometimes with that favorite, because you always tell me you
Yeah,
like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
I do. I think I'll go with my heart. My least favorite, I think, will be easier of the two
Yeah.
to say. I think my least favorite would probably be, hmm, honestly, is GT just for certain aspects of it, not for the whole entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know people love Baby Vegeta, but I'm just not.
I hated it, bro.
I just didn't mess with that season. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
it just wasn't
I
great for me.
I like the other season. What was it with Mega Shenron or whatever he was?
Oh, you're talking about Omega Shenron
Yeah,
with the
I
evil
like
dragon?
that season.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that was good. But I just think that Baby Vegeta season, like that. Here's the thing. I don't like Vegeta Super Saiyan 4. They've heard me criticize the pants
Bro,
forever. I don't like the
it's
pants.
terrible. It's
I just don't
terrible.
mess with those pants. Like, no offense to the creator, but like it just didn't work for me.
Then they gave him like a mullet with the widow's peak.
Yeah, with the widow's peak, and I'm just like, oh no, my boy, no, how they do you so dirty. But and like I said, like a lot of people say Super is the worst, but Super is actually not bad. It's just it had animation hiccups in the beginning, where its animation was not
Yeah,
great, and
it
that kind
did.
of soured it. But when you got to my boy Goku Black, shout out to Goku
Yeah,
Black.
I think that's what kind of got me like interested to watch little clips and stuff, because you start. I'm gonna tell y'all about Demetrius. He don't just leave me in the dirt and be like, "Hey, watch this." He be like, "Hey, watch this because this is the version of Goku that's da da da," and then he'll send me the video because he know I want to see the history. So that way I can watch it for my enjoyment and don't have to go through a whole like season or something. So he the GOAT for that. I just had to put that out there.
Hey, no problem, man. But yeah, it's just like when you get to Goku Black, it was good. The tournament power was good. I'm not gonna throw shade on another anime, but it has a good tournament based on new gen. I think Dragon Ball Z does a really good job with their tournaments,
They do.
making the stakes and stuff like that. Like the Cell games is amazing. I love the Cell games.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say my favorite. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go Z. Even though Dragon Ball is great and I love it, it's
Yeah.
just Boo. When the Boo saga came on, I was
Yeah,
hooked, man.
that's cold blooded, bro. That was cold
Boo was
blooded.
just something else, man.
Probably one of the best villains, bro.
People say Frieza is, and I'm just like, but Boo's sitting right. Like Frieza's good.
Frieza good, but
Frieza's good. He's good, but
Boo was a
like,
menace, bro.
he was a menace for no reason. He had no reason to be a menace. He just wanted to.
Especially when he was in his like actual like form when he was Kid Boo. Oh my god,
Yeah, man.
terrifying, terrifying.
Exactly. Terrifying. Ooh, I gotta. Maybe this might be an easy one for you. Least favorite and favorite arc.
Least favorite arc.
And let's see. I'll give you an out. If you want to use different, if you want to give a favorite season from like different arcs of Dragon Ball Z, like Dragon Ball Z Super, if you want to give your favorite each, then that's fine. But if you want to just one shot it
Just in
for
the
the
whole,
whole
I'm gonna just
entire
one
thing.
shot it. I'm gonna just one
Oh,
shot it.
okay. All right.
So favorite is always gonna be Cell Saga. I guess it's the Android Cell Saga. Ain't it all one? Was it all one
It's,
arc?
yeah, I would say it's probably
The Android Saga.
either Android or just Cell Saga. I don't know which one
Yeah,
they
but I
do.
think it was all one arc.
It's
But
all one arc for sure.
I liked it because we got to see like Trunks was introduced. We got to see Gohan's untap his potential.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Goku, like the stakes was like very high at that time because they didn't know if Goku was gonna survive because Trunks told them what happened. Then
Yeah.
Cell unhatched way earlier than he was supposed to. The whole
How
thing
it
with the
always is.
androids, and then Vegeta being a jackass all the time trying to prove something, and that's how we got Perfect Cell. So it's like everything's like lining up, and then you just get that moment. Only problem I have with that arc is when Goku gave that man that sensu being. I
So
wanted to slap the crap out of him, bro, because it's like, bro, your son is like 11.
yeah.
He already just manhandled this dude, and you gonna give him a sensu being, bro?
So are you saying that Goku ain't beating those bad father allegations?
Man, I don't know, bro. Cause he's done so many things to not for you to not try to argue his case. He's a good person, but it's just
yeah.
I really think it's because he don't understand like the concept of those things because the way he was raised. But when
Yeah.
he does it, he's a great dad. Like when he
Yeah.
actually does it, he's a great dad. But some of the
Exactly.
decisions he made, oh my goodness. Whew. But what was the least favorite arc? Mm, I'm trying to think. I know what it is, but I can't. For some reason, it's escaping my mind right
Is
now.
it in
It's
Dragon
some,
Ball Z?
yeah, it's definitely Dragon Ball Z because
Hmm.
it's somewhere. If it wasn't, I would probably be like you and choose the baby in GT. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna go with that because even though Dragon Ball Z got some arcs that's like slow, because I was gonna say the Saiyan arc, but it picked up. All the arcs started slow and they picked up. So
Yeah.
I can't really pick one. And then Dragon Ball, I just I'm a storyteller myself, so that's
I
always gonna
think.
be my favorite because the storytelling.
Yeah.
But I think I'm
Hmm.
gonna go with what you talked about earlier because that I just the whole thing about him jumping bodies and making folks evil and stuff, and then we get Gohan, evil Goten, and oh baby Go. Like I didn't like all that. Yeah, I think that's gonna be mine, bro.
All right. My favorite arc is gonna be it's gonna be Boo Saga. I like
Oh
Thugger, don't
yeah,
get me wrong, but Boo Saga
now
just
boo, bro. I don't. That's even though we got different ones. That's not a bad choice, bro.
it's not because there was three stages of this man. We had I always call him Boo because the first Boo, then we had Super Boo, and then we had Kid Boo, and they all were menaces for different
You
reasons.
forgot
Like
about Evil Boo, the
yeah,
gray one.
evil. Yeah. The one that he was like, it was regular Boo, and then it was evil Boo, and then it was
Mm-hmm.
Super.
Super Boo.
But Super Boo, when he started taking people's powers and stuff,
Like Mr.
man,
Gohan, when he took Gohan's powers,
man. Listen, we're not gonna talk about the potential lost and go on when he got snatched up because boy, as a kid, that was not something I wanted to see. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see him to untap his potential and then immediately get sunned. Like I just
hmm
didn't want to see that.
no pun intended, because that's his last name or first name, however they say it. Hey, you like how I
Oh,
did that though?
yep, yeah. No,
Yeah, I
but
agree with
yeah,
that.
like it was just so many good things in that arc because we that was when we got Vegito, which is my favorite fusion. Like I might be in the camp that the minority
Nah, bro,
camp because I know a
I'm
lot of
with
people
you
like
on that.
Gogeta, but
I'm
I
with you on that.
there's a son about a guy that just uses his feet to kick the mess out of you just because
Bro,
because he didn't want to use his hands. I'm like, come on, that's clean. And then you have that energy sword. I was like, okay, come on, we're done here. This is over.
we got one of our best Vegeta moments out of that.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like
Uh
we got
huh.
to see him go evil again, but then
Mm-hmm.
we got to see him like finally be like a hero,
Mm.
sacrifice stuff for his son. So
Sacrifice and stuff.
that's peak
Eh,
Dragon Ball right there. Y'all
it's
don't
peak.
understand,
It's peak. But the plot just didn't want to let him have that win.
man. What?
Because immediately it was like, nope, snap, that didn't do nothing. But I think my least favorite. Ooh, let me think. My least favorite out of all of them. I'm gonna probably say the. Ooh, no, that's a filler arc. I don't think I can use filler arc.
I
I want to
mean,
use the
it's an
actual.
art.
I want to use. I want to use the actual. I want to use the baby arc because that filler arc I'm talking about is pretty much a rehash of the baby arc in
Oh,
Super. They
okay,
have
I got you.
yeah, they have this whole thing where Vegeta becomes like he gets either I forget it either he gets cloned or he gets taken over or something like that, and it's a whole entirely different. And he becomes evil. I think he becomes evil or something like that. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but it's pretty much has a similar like markings of that arc. And I was like, I didn't like it the first time, and I don't like it the
Don't
second
like it a
time.
second. It's one of the things like bro, just put it on the shelf and leave it alone, bro.
Don't touch it. It doesn't work. But other than that, I think there isn't really many arcs that I can come to think of that are like least favorite. Because I'm trying to think. I got another question.
I got one.
Oh, okay. You first.
So, out of all the Dragon Ball movies,
Ooh, okay.
what is your favorite and what is your least favorite?
Um, favorite. I'm gonna say. I think that was a movie. I think I'm gonna say the movie with Cooler in it was my favorite.
That was a movie.
Okay, I thought it was. I didn't want to
Mm-hmm.
because I remember seeing it on. I think it was a Tanami or something like that. So I wanted to know
That's
if
why
that
I
which
was just saying. That's why I saw it. So that was good.
yeah,
It
because
was like a
I'm sorry,
Friday night
that
movie or something like that.
something like that. And I remember seeing Cooler and going like, "Why can't you be this cool, Frieza? Like, why can't you be cool like your older brother? Got the whole
Why,
face guard
why can't you be cool?
hey, they just write themselves at this point, man." But no, that and then I will say one thing that I love the like how all those movies had like the idea of adding rock music to their like fight scenes because it went off. That was like anime music
Yeah,
videos
that
before they were
soundtrack.
anime
I was
music
like,
videos.
soundtrack was on point for
With
those
Heat,
movies.
least favorite movie is the second Broly movie where they brought him back and he was like sludge or something. Like he
Talking
like
about Bio Broly.
yeah, that I wasn't messing with that. I was not messing.
I'm gonna say right now, bro. That's mine. So
That's your least or your favorite?
I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out as my least. That Bio Broly. That was trash. Cause I was gonna say something else. Then you said that. I was like, nope, that wouldn't take the cake. Cause it was like sludge. Then he had like
Yeah.
a red heart. Like his heart was like right here, and it was red. And then Trunks and Goten fought him. And I was like, I don't really care for that. But yeah,
They did him wrong for that one.
they really did, bro.
All right, you're two or you're one because I already know your second one.
Yeah. So my favorite is the one that started it all, and it's the history of Trunks, bro.
Hey,
Don't get me wrong. I love BoJack. I love that one. I love Tree of Might.
that's the one with the turtles, right?
What's another good one I like?
The first Broly movie,
First Broly movie. Yes, yes,
first Broly
yes.
movie, first Cooler,
First
second
Cooler. Like
Cooler was okay.
all of those are good, but that future of Trunks, because of the fact that it's showing us a future where they lost.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And
And that has your boy.
we get to see a bit of Gohan.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
that was your boy.
when he get the one arm, and then he still man, I wanted to see him win so bad, but it's like when he didn't, like it gave it so much weight because that's what gave Trunks that anger and stuff to make him finally transform into a Super Saiyan, and then that's
Hmm.
how he led to get coming into the Cell Saga, getting us that saga. So that movie set up a lot of good stuff. If it
Yes,
wasn't
it
for
did.
that time period, we wouldn't even get like the Boo Saga,
No,
all those things that like we probably would have got it, but it wouldn't have been what we,
well,
what we
we
end up getting. Hmm.
exactly.
So that's definitely one of my favorites.
Definitely. Yeah. What is your least favorite and favorite form of all of the let's just do let's do the Saiyans because I don't think there's too many forms outside of that the villain forms, but let's do Saiyans first.
Saiyans,
What's your favorite Saiyan and least favorite Saiyan form?
Saiyan form favorite is Super Saiyan 2.
Okay, that's great
because
pick.
they look like they more agile, they quicker. They fight is better. The technique, the little one strand hanging down.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
what's my least favorite? I will say this: I liked Super Saiyan God when they first brought it out.
Talking about the red hair.
The blue,
Oh, that's Super Saiyan Blue. I think
blue,
that's what it's
yeah.
called.
See, it's
Super
so
Saiyan
many.
Blue.
It's so many. I don't know which one is which. So I'm not gonna say those are my least favorite, but I will say this: it's hard to keep up with them because it's so many now. Got
Yeah,
like
I
he
get
got
it.
gray hair, red hair. There's one where he still got black hair, but it's a super instinct. So it's I get it though. So I think that's cool though. That it is cool. At least
I already know. I already know.
it's
Go
probably
ahead.
three, bruh.
What? Okay. I didn't know. I thought he was gonna say something completely different.
Cause I want to say four, but four was dope
Four?
because no, not
Four?
four.
I was
That
gonna say four is not
okay,
in the
hold on.
conversation.
Are we counting that steroid form
No,
that
those are yeah,
Vegeta and Trunks?
yeah. Huh?
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's the least.
That's
That's
the one
my
I thought you were
least.
gonna that's the one I thought you were
I
gonna
didn't.
say.
I didn't know if we was counting it, but since we count
I
that,
can I
yes,
count them.
that's
They're
that's
saying
the
four and I'm
least.
putting them under there. Yeah, me
That
too.
shit was
Already
trash. They
check
was
out
up there
that one for me.
looking like the Incredible Hulk trying to turn Super Saiyan, and they was slow as fuck, bro.
So
Yeah.
my
Now that I know
definitely
that we
favorite.
count that, that's definitely my least. I couldn't stand it. It just looked so stupid.
No, it did. I think it's called. It was it. They call it like Super Trunks and Super Vegeta. Is that what they? I was trying to figure out what it was called. It's like, I always called it like the times two form or whatever because they're like
That's a
upgrading. No,
that
my
it was
it
terrible.
was terrible. It really was. Like it was not a great form, but it showed us that hey, you don't need to be touching that form. And now everybody's we're going over that. We're nope. But my favorite form definitely is Super Saiyan for sure. I listen. I want it to be canon so damn bad. I want it to be. I want that form to be
No,
canon
what
so
happened
bad.
with that? They just
GT
will not
became
do it.
GT became non-canon. They were like, we don't know nothing from there except for the baby stuff. Let's put that into a future
You
property.
put the weakest shit from GT in there. That's crazy.
Not the
That's
weakest.
crazy. That's crazy, bro. It's
But Super
crazy.
Saiyan 4, I'll throw a couple more in there for honorable mentions. Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan 2, and I think it's called Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue, where he put the Kaioken form on top of the Super Saiyan Blue, so he had that aura around it.
That's cold.
That was heat. I don't understand why they don't use it that much, but I was like, man, if I could see that one more time, that blue with the Kaioken aura around it, I was like, that's heat. Least favorite, you already know. It's them bodybuilder forms, man.
Yeah, they can keep them shits, bro. They can keep them shits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't know about Trunks' new form that he got in Super, do you?
Is it like he has like blue hair or something?
No, he got this form where like I don't know what it is, but he like gets like super like his like aura makes him like super like it makes him like stomp on the ground and he like goes to the ground and like stuff like that. And he has a sword and all of his ki goes into the sword that he has. And he like
Yeah.
fights this new thing.
You gotta send me that after the show.
I'll send you a clip. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember it too, but like he had this other form. I forget what they call it, but like he goes, his eyes go like pure. I think like yellow or white, so you can't even see his eyes, and he just roided out. Not roided, but he's raised out. He's like stomping around and stuff like that, and he's sword. He cuts through. He cuts through the has the energy sword. It's pretty cool. I like that form. I know a lot of people don't like that form. I'm surprised you didn't say Super Saiyan or Beast because I remember you didn't like Beast when it first came out.
Oh yeah, then you talking about
Gohan's, yeah. I remember you
yeah,
said
bro.
you didn't mess
I
with it.
wasn't rocking with it, bro. The hair, bro. It was that hair.
I don't mind it now.
Like I told y'all, once Demetrius broke it down to me, I was like, okay, I get it.
You're like, I got this.
I got
Ooh. Okay. Favorite and least favorite villain and favorite form of those villains.
favorite villain.
I
Favorite villain.
I think I asked you a hard
I
one, didn't
like
I?
cause I like Frieza, Cell, and Boo, and I have to choose one.
Yeah, you do. This is why I
And I
asked the
even
question.
I like Piccolo because Piccolo was a villain at one before he was
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is why I asked these questions, guys. I didn't even prep him for this. I was just like, I'm gonna ask this straight on the podcast.
If we going off of just straight psycho and total destruction and didn't care about nothing, I'm probably gonna go Boo, cause Boo was looking at this shit like it was a game, bro. Like,
Pretty
like
much.
he was laughing at their ass and stuff and just blowing shit up. He was a menace. I even like the newer guy. Is he a villain or he helping them now? Burris.
You talk Beerus? He was when he first got introduced, he was a villain. Now he helps him out, but I feel like they're eventually gonna wrap that up where they fight again because that's something they've been lingering out. But right now I feel like he's not a hero, not like a hero, but not a villain, just like around.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with villain. Least favorite villain.
I think I give you an out already, but try not to change that.
I'm not gonna use him as mine, but I just want to say that whole Emperor Pilaf thing.
You weren't a fan of that?
Nah, bro. Nah, I wasn't a big Emperor Pilaf fan. Who was least favorite? Oh, what was the one that Goku fought when he was fighting Frieza with the hair, and he like transformed into a more monstrous looking thing, but he was a pretty boy.
Oh,
Some I ain't
the
like
Bora.
him.
I think yeah, the Bora. Yeah, that sounds familiar. It's been a while.
I mess with the Ginyu Force before I mess with him, bro. He probably was.
You don't like the Ginyu Force, man? You think you can come
No,
out saying you
that's
like the
what I'm
Ginyu?
saying. I like the Ginyu Force. I didn't like him. He was whack.
Yeah, I mean he was all right. He was yeah. He was like, what's your favorite form of a villain form? It doesn't have to be the same one. It could just be in general, but
I fuck with that Black Frieza. I like that Black Frieza.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
Frieza went from white to gold to black. That's cold. You go from gold to black. Hey. So I was gonna say perfect cell, but it's just that Frieza, bro. Cold blood.
Yeah, that Frieza got some cold forms. I'm not gonna lie to you. He does. My favorite villain, it's gonna be Goku Black. I like Goku Black. Goku Black was just
I like that whole story.
Yeah, that whole story was great, and also I just like the fact that he was just like, I'm gonna do everything I'm gonna have everything you have, but godly. So he was like, oh, you have Super Saiyan? I got Super Saiyan Rose. I got pink hair because I can. My aura, it's not blue, it's pink. Sparkly pink, by the way. It's got that little what's name in it. And then you don't use blast, I'm gonna use a scythe. And I'm gonna cut open reality with it. Cause I can. And then he had this whole like pain tolerance thing or pain like thing where he like got punched and he was like, oh, I'll remember that. And he just start whooping Vegeta's ass and whooping Goku's ass and shit. And plus he had, like I say, honestly, I take it back. He has probably one of my favorite, I should have said one of my favorite Saiyan forms because I wasn't considering him a Saiyan, but technically he is because he has Goku's body. So I like his Super Saiyan form. So yeah. I'm coming around to his fuse form, like him and the Matsu. That's how you say his name. Jeez, I am a little tired now, but the Matsu.
Bro, hey, it's a late night. We're pulling a late one. Monday too, so
right. We pull in a late night shift, guys. But yeah, I think that's my favorite villain. Honorary mentions are Super and Kid Buu. And I want to say Omega Shenron. I liked Omega Shenron from GT. Least favorite form. Least favorite form is probably gonna be. I'm not gonna use my GT one I used earlier. I'm gonna think outside the box. The least favorite villain form. I'm gonna go with maybe the Fuse and Matsu when he lost his perfection. He had that morphed out arm and stuff. I'll show you later, but it was when he's like it's when his perfection and imperfection, like the balance got lost, so he had one half that was imperfect. I wasn't really messing with that. because I can't think of anything else besides the GT one I mentioned earlier for least favorite form. But I will give another honorable mention of for favorite forms. I like the Xenomorph Frieza form. I fucked with that heavy when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, he did have.
Yeah, he had the Xenomorph. Yeah, I was like, man, the alien fan of me was like,
I had that toy. I had that version. Toy
I was like,
version
this is perfect for me. Don't change it. And then he went to the perfect form, and I was like, it's okay. Like it's cool, but like that Xenomorph form was like where it was perfection, man. And then, like I said earlier, I'll put another honorable mention of Cooler. There's still a lot of good DBZ villains. Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
like it's really hard. It's really hard not to put honorable mentions here.
That's why you see now you talking about something actually a hard one. I was like, oh, wait till you got an answer. Now you see.
Yeah, I got flipped on its head. It came back to me. Uno reverse.
I got a big one though for you for my last.
All right, I'm ready. I'm here.
If you could have it any way you wanted it for any episode, arc, something you want to add, or a what if story, I ask like this: what is your what if story for Dragon Ball Z? What is your what if?
Ooh, I do this what if that I saw recently. Somebody on social media that it had a great idea, and I liked it, so I'm gonna probably use that. Not a hard. It's what if Trunks died instead of Gohan, and Gohan was the one that went back. Oh, sorry, went back in time with all that rage and stuff that he had going on, and the loss of Trunks motivating him to go and save his own dad and stuff like that. And that whole interaction of Goku seeing an older Gohan, one that's like not the one we know, which I have no hate to Gohan. I understand his fight and the struggle in the main timeline where he's giving up his fighting days and stuff. I understand why. Because here's the thing. I remember back to the time when he used to get folded like a lawn chair in fights, man. Vegeta just beat the brakes off of him and leave him these little boys. So I was like, you know what? I understand, man. I wouldn't want to fight anymore after getting thrown like a lawn chair and I had my dad around, like who could beat anybody. I'm gonna let him have it. Like, it's fine. But just to see like the interaction between them because Gohan doesn't have his dad anymore because he died and they couldn't bring him back. So like him seeing his dad and then having that motivation to just put Cell down and the androids, he would have probably taken care of them before they even got to Perfect Cell. Wrap that thing right up in an afternoon, man.
Tied and put a bow on it. Nice little
put a bow on it. So that was something I would want to see. And other than that, I think I'd want to see. This is a hopeful dream of mine. I want to see Vegeta actually get his get back on Frieza. I need to see it. I need to see him get that win because Resurrection of F or whatever that movie was, they took it back from him. He had that. He had.
Just give the brother his moment, bro. Jeez.
Give him his get back, man, and I'll be cool. Give him his get back, and I'll be cool. Other than that, the rest of the universe is fine. But those two things would be cool. What if would be cool, and just seeing Vegeta finally just put a villain down, not have to get sunned. Goku could just come in and take care of it. I understand he's main character. I get why, but just let him have one. Just let him take care of just one.
We ain't asking for much. Damn.
Wrap his character arc up, man.
Goku got like 1 million victories. That brother can't get one.
He can't get a single one. So I'm gonna reverse that on you. What are some things that you want to see? I'm sure you got like a laundry list. I'm ready.
Man, look, my if I had a what if, it would basically be, what if when Cell came, Gohan beat him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Goku had to do all the sacrifice and stuff. But he would have did the sacrifice, but Gohan took him out easy. He didn't get his arm messed up or nothing. So then Gohan becomes like the champion for Earth. So he becomes that Goku figure. When he gets older, and you get to see him with that, and then he trains Trunks. I even had it where like Master Roshi like passed on with the Masters or whatever it is, and then Krillin became the new Master Roshi. Like I would love to see like something like that.
That'd be fire.
Yeah, so You get Vegeta now that Kakarot's not around. He's just trying to figure out what his purpose is now, and then it'll fall into Boo coming. So you'll get to see a Gohan, an older Gohan who's been training, getting stronger, get to fight against Boo, and maybe instead of him getting the mystic powers unlocked, it'd be somebody like one of the not even the kids, but like it might be Vegeta, you know,
Mm-hmm.
somebody like that. So that would be what I would want to see. Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like just to see, because I mean, because originally the Cell games, when the Cell games happened, or in the manga, from what I read, is that they were gonna make Gohan the main character at that point in time. Like he was gonna take over, and it was gonna be his story, from what I read. So it'd be cool just to see what that would be, to see a universe without Goku that isn't.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we technically got that through the Future Trunk stuff, but we didn't get to see Gohan like
Yeah, we
really
didn't see Gohan. Mm-hmm.
really progress. He died off before really he could really impart that wisdom and even be around for the Buu saga. Because Trunks had to handle that. That's what they did in Super. I think they went back and they talked about it, if I remember correctly. And he handled it before it even got to where it got in the main story. So there wasn't. He was like, "What? I didn't let it get that far." I'm like, "Yeah, because you didn't have Vegeta around messing with stuff." Goku wanting him to get to be for him to get at a level where he could go Super Saiyan 3. All these
Yeah,
different
there's
things,
so many
happen.
possibilities you could
There
just
really
have
is,
happen.
honestly.
But
There's
that,
way too many to what ifs and possibilities and stuff like that.
yeah, that would
Um,
definitely be mine.
but I think one of the things that I think throughout this podcast we've shown is that Dragon Ball Z has impacted not only you know us but everyone. Everyone
Yeah.
have that Dragon Ball Z arc that they love and that story, that character, and stuff that they gravitate towards. It's so much so that Dragon Ball Z Daima is going crazy right now. People are loving it. People are loving the because it gives the feel of Dragon Ball because it goes back to where he's a kid. He even has his
Mhm.
pole. He even gets his pole in
Yeah, I
the.
seen that. I
I think he
saw
gets the
that.
Nimbus too. I think he's gonna get if he hasn't got it already. I haven't watched the episodes, but I think he's probably gonna get the Nimbus too because they keep mentioning it from what I remember. And so we get to see really a young Vegeta too because he becomes a kid too. So we get to see all these different characters in like kid form, which is cool. But and it's like and that in itself is like the last project that he worked on
Hmm.
before he passed. All right, rest in peace
Definitely, man.
to Akira.
The guy that gave it to us all made all this happen. Definitely.
Yeah, the guy that created what we know now as anime and shonen anime specifically. Shonen anime wouldn't be the same without Toriyama. I'm getting emotional, man.
Yeah. It's bro, it's really been like a part of our childhood, and
Mm-hmm.
I know for like you and me, growing up black, like in anime, being a nerd, people certain places tried to single you out, or it was your thing to go to, where you had your own little zone to be in with your friend group and stuff. So it was a big part of our childhood because it transitioned over into our adulthood. Now that's like
Yeah.
buying the figurines, still watching the show, stuff like that. So it's like Star Wars. It's always been a part of us. So when you lose somebody like that, who literally was responsible for creating the whole thing, it hits hard. It hits the heart because he wasn't that old either. So it's like, dang, it came out of nowhere. So I can definitely understand why you get a little emotional like that because it's been a part of just
Yeah. It's one of the it was in that time period where we were just like getting into anime, but also just like different style of animation. Like
mm,
Tsunami was the goat for pretty much putting us onto a lot of the anime that now are household names. Your Dragon Ball Z's, your even Sailor Moon, your
love
Hakusho's,
Sailor
and
Moon. Yeah,
yes, Sailor Moon's awesome.
I had to. I
You
couldn't help it.
yeah, you had to, and I appreciate it. But yeah, so many different anime that came out at that point in time, so much inspiration. So definitely will be missing. I don't even know the future of Dragon Ball Z going forward after Daima,
Yeah,
concludes because that's his last project that he worked on. I don't know if they have
I
any.
think respectfully. They probably wouldn't keep going on without him here.
They
Respectively.
respectfully, but the manga is still going on. The
Which I
super
can
manga,
understand that because he kind of had people under his wing to do
yeah.
that.
Let me ask you, with your response or with our kind of response of being not touching that, would you, is there anything that would make you interested in a new project from Dragon Ball Z? Is there anything that would make you go, okay, maybe this is okay. Maybe this is something that I would be interested in watching?
Future, two things. Definitely would love to see more of the arts like the Black Goku, stuff like that. But I do want to see the newest one because it was his last thing he did.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely want to get in that. But the video games, I'm excited to get my hands on the newest video game. The all the what if scenarios and stuff that
Yeah,
could happen.
yeah,
I think
yes,
that's interesting. So I'm definitely excited about something like that.
yeah. As a Tenkaichi, really yeah, all the Tenkaichi. I
Mm-hmm.
touched all the
Mm-hmm.
Tenkaichi games,
Was, even the one on the PSP.
yeah, oh yeah, we don't, yeah, yeah. But three was my favorite of those. Like,
I still got it.
man, lucky. Man, so many hours and so many arguments were fought on that game. So many friendships
Mm-hmm.
shaped and
Mm-hmm.
changed and even ended possibly. Not on my part. We were civil, but I've heard friendships have ended through a game of Dragon Ball Z. Is that your all-time favorite? Like the Tenkaichi series? Or is there like another
Yeah,
one that you were really
it's
messing
definitely my all-time favorite. I do remember an old Dragon Ball Z game I played back when I was in middle school. It was on the PlayStation 1, and it was like the weirdest. It wasn't weird, but it was so predated. Like the way they fought, the way the models were. That was like my first Dragon Ball Z game. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, yeah, same. Like my first were the Budokai and the Tenkaichi games were my first games because me and my brother used to play them all the time. Me and my brother and my friends would come over and that would be something we would do like all day. We talk the meanest and craziest trash talk beforehand, and then get on the stand and prove that worth. You know what I'm saying, like this. And I say one thing: I did not like Broly when I was younger. Man, I could not stand Broly
Man, bro,
on the
what?
sense of.
Especially when he do that power up and hit you with that
Mm-hmm.
beam.
Yep.
I just dropped the controller and just walk off, bro.
I'm done with this. No, there's because I want to say his hitbox was crazy, right? Like the areas you could like get like you hit the character was crazy because but all the small characters were crazy on that game too. Like your Kid Boo was a monster on that game. Jeez
He
Louise,
was. He
that was my
was.
brother's
Jesus.
favorite character, so I'd always have to fight him.
Bro, that was it. Man, I love that game. I'm glad I kept it so I can go back and play it every now and then.
Man, I gotta get that.
I'm feeling a little nostalgic.
Oh yeah, you gotta put it in. Yeah, what was it? Because they have I forget the series that they had before the newest one, where it was like you create your own character and stuff like that. I think that's cool. Being able to create your own Saiyan and stuff. I think Saiyan was one of Saiyan, and I think you could do like Freether or something like that. I never really had a chance to play them, but I've seen a lot of the gameplay. But to wrap this all up, to wrap it all in a nice, tight little bow. Thanks for all of the stuff that you created and Toriyama, the games, the manga, the shows, the movies, all these things that were a part of our childhood, shaped our lives, changed them
For
forever.
real. That's honestly just like you with your like heartfelt moment. Dragon Ball Z is literally the reason why I learned how to draw. Like I used to watch cartoons and stuff in practice, but I used to get the magazines, watch it on TV, and that's how I learned how to draw. Like it shaped my artistic talents that I already had, and I figured out what my lane was. And through the years I got better and going to college and stuff. But that is like when I say that, it's the reason why I started drawing like for real, and got like really into it because I wanted to make my own Dragon Ball Z characters and everything. So definitely, like you said, We appreciate it being a part of our childhood because it shaped us to, in our even within our careers and stuff in the past we choose. It's always gonna be a part of something. So, like D said, man, thank you. May the remembrance and the legacy he left behind, as far as that, be remembered and carried on through the fans and through the people that's worked under him through the years. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Marcus, you know what time it is.
You monkeys, it's time for the Shameless promotional. Hey, that's my best Frieza.
Man, Frieza interrupted the podcast for a second.
He did, man. Where did he come from?
Why? Yeah, why are you coming here calling people monkeys and whatnot, man? Come on, man.
That's racist, Frieza. We black people. We ain't Saiyans.
Even the Saiyans, it's kind of.
It is.
Like, there's no.
It is.
Wait, how does he not? How does he know what monkeys are?
That's a good question.
Theory, man. How did he? Yeah, put that out there in the world.
Y'all comment on that. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what if we missed it. Let us know in the comment section down below. We're down there. We're checking it out.
But like we always do, in a serious note, it's that Shameless promotional brought to you by the masters of ceremonies, the MC, Mr. Demetrius.
I want to thank everybody for being here and watching the podcast and showing up and liking the in the videos and liking our shorts too, and showing up on our Instagram page and stuff like that, liking our posts and stuff like that. I appreciate all that. So thank you. And if you're watching this now for the first time, you give us a comment on anything we've discussed on in this podcast, whether it's favorite arcs, favorite Saiyans, favorite forms, what you liked, what you didn't like, when you started watching Dragon Ball Z and did it inspire you and stuff like that. Let us know in the comment section down below. Also, hit us up on our fandom limb, fandomlim.com, or squareroundtablepod.fandomlim.com, Rap Nerd, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7.
Shout out to
Rap Nerd. Thanks for the support. And Fandom, thanks for the support. And and everybody else that's been supporting us and sharing our videos and putting us on your platform. I appreciate you guys. A lot. Hit us up on our socials, our Instagram, Twitter, because I'm not saying X, and that Discord. So you can hit us up with all of your nerdy information. If you have any suggestions for videos you want, us to talk about and stuff like that. Yeah, and hit that notification bell on the side of the video so you get notified of this video and future videos. And share the video. We appreciate it. We are literally one from 500 subscribes.
I know y'all gonna help us out. At least I want to say let's push for a strong 510 when we go over, but I'm cool with 500.
I'm cool with the 500. Give us that. Just hit us the 100. Hit us that one so that we can get halfway through to our goal of 1,000 subs. We are on the train for 1,000 subs, and we are doing really great. And we appreciate everybody for showing up and subscribing and being on this journey with us. We've been here since the pandemic, so appreciate you guys for just joining us on this journey. And with that being said, do you have any final remarks, Mr. Marcus?
No, man. Like Dimitri said, I just want to thank y'all. Y'all done hung in there with us. We still going strong no matter the circumstances or what's going on. We holding it down. So this is the 500 more, my brother, once we get there.
500 more, man, to many more.
Let's keep it going.
Let's just crush. Let's keep it going. Yes. And with that being said, I'm your host, Dimitri.
And like I said in the beginning, I'm your host, Marcus.
Hey. And this has been the Square Round Table Podcast. We are out. Peace. Ooh, hit him with that track. Oh,